Good morning. Welcome to my Sunday. I think it's about 6 a.m. We can't leave this part of the house because it's so cold. So I'm going to stay in bed for a while. And I thought that now would be a good time to tell you about the next Miles Franklin read that I'm reading. Miles Franklin Literary Award. I'm reading The Long List. I think I'm reading The Long List. Hopefully I'm reading The Long List. This is the second one I've picked up, and I haven't spoken to you about it since I picked it up. I'm 120 pages in a 240 page book, so I'm nearly there. Right. What I want to do is find out more about this author. So I'm going to do that. That's what she looks like. I haven't heard of Amanda Lohrey before, so I need to find out more because I am absolutely loving this book. And I put it down because I was just flying through it so fast, and you know those moments where you feel like you just don't want it to end or to resolve because the journey of the book is so amazing. That's where I'm at with this book. But I'm going to pick it up today and have a really good read in between all of the things that we're going to do, which is cleaning. There's no suspense there. It's just cleaning and groceries and getting the house ready for the week. So, yeah. Anyway, this is about, what's her name? Erica. Okay. This is about Erica. And Erica has just moved from the city to this little sleepy coastal town. And she moved there because her son is in the maximum security jail in the country, just near the town, and she wanted to be able to visit him. There's no hanging mystery about what he did. You're not revealed straight away. You're revealed into it. I'm not going to tell you what that is because you need to read the book. But it's not like, oh God, what did he do? And we're pulled through the book because of a mystery, which I like because I think that that's far more clever to create the story rather than just plonk a mystery there and force us all to follow through. Not force us, but you know what I mean, dangle the carrot. We're kind of flashing back to when she had her son and, you know, how she brought him up and the troubles that went there, but it's still not even that much about mother guilt. I mean, it's there. It's definitely there. It has to be there. Her son's in jail, right? But it's not this overwhelming story about how she's beating herself up as a mum because of her son's choices. It's just more of an unfolding of a woman and being faced with this kind of, what I'm taking from it is that she's being faced with this understanding that she's got to work out who she is, and she's got a lot of shit in her past that she's got to deal with. And we all know that. I love those kind of books. So The Labyrinth is about her building a labyrinth at this shack that she bought, and the shack's this rundown thing. But she's, you know, slowly making it her own. And the labyrinth is linked to growing up in an asylum. In fact, the first line, which I thought was great, is, "Let me begin in my father's house. I grew up in an asylum, a manicured madhouse." And yeah, so we start off there. And we don't start off when she was growing up, but she wants to recreate a labyrinth. And there's talk about this labyrinth being like entering a womb and shaped like a womb, and she's trying to come up with the design. And so that's linked to kind of that mum role. And yeah, I just think it's got so many layers, and I'm really enjoying the journey, like I said. Yeah, loving it. So I'm going to update you throughout the day because I do want to finish it. It's a very quick read. It's very easy to read, but the writing, it's not overly descriptive or anything, but it's certainly, you know, it's certainly well put together. Like I'm just seriously enjoying it, all of it. Absolutely loving it. Yeah. And I've put it down for about a week now, just because of life. And yeah, I'm really excited that today I get to pick it up. So that's where we're up to. There's the update. I just watched an episode of, I'm binging my way through, might be why I'm not reading, an Australian, I don't know if it's I don't know what, it's an amazing show called Please Like Me. I'll try and leave it, it's on Netflix. I don't know if Netflix is the same all over the world. Is that really a stupid thing to say? But if you have Netflix, I would highly recommend that you watch it. It is so moving, so funny, so clever. Yeah, and I'm on season 3 now, and the episode I just watched just like wasn't dramatic that it's kind of like the book. Like, it's not cliche and drama filled and mystery filled that makes you want to watch it. You want to watch it because it's executed so well. So yeah, I just had that, so I'm taking a breath from that. I found my flenny jammies, you know, when you put your winter things away. Yeah, so I went on a rampage for them because it's cold. And yeah, I found my flenny jammies. So aren't they attractive? But I was so excited when I found them yesterday. So yeah, there's an update on my life. Yeah, I'm going to sit in here and read for a bit until I only have one baby home with me. Danny and Patty are at Polo Cross. So Fitz and I are hanging out today. So until he wakes up, I'm going to read and enjoy this book, and I'll keep you updated along the way. I'm sorry I haven't filmed the first part of it, but just know I've been inspired and cuddled and made happy by this book, that's for sure. I really love how I produce videos of me in my very attractive flenny jammies at 6 a.m. I think, you know, that's a treat for everyone, and that isn't there. We just fit in the videos where we can. That's my style. I'm sure you've worked that out by now. All right, I'm reading. One thing I didn't tell you was Amanda Lohrey's, I just hit myself in the eye. Oh my God, so early. Was Amanda Lohrey's amazing way of describing place. We're on the coastal town, and I don't know whether it's because it's familiar to me, but I feel really immersed in the smells and the sounds and what's around me in this town. And Erica often goes for a walk on the beach, and there's all these different quirky characters, and yeah, but it's just the setting is really vibrant and alive for me, and I think that is because of the writing. Yeah, I wanted to tell you that. Oh, and also what I didn't show you was that I'm at part 2. So part 1 was, what was part 1? So part 2 is the Labyrinth. Part 1 was After My Father or something. What comes after the father? And that might be about her father and also about her son's father. So I guess that's the background, and now we're going to go into her moving forward. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to read this. Okay. Right, sorry. I'll read now. Okay. Okay, as much as I don't want to say this, we gotta clean. As much as Fitzy doesn't want to say this, we gotta clean. So we're gonna do that. I went back to sleep, so we're up a bit later than we normally would be. I'm up to, where am I up to? I can't even find my bookmark. Oh God, there we go. I'm up to 186, so I've only got that little bit to go. I tell you, it's a super, super fast read. A man's come into the picture. He's not a love interest. He's somebody helping her with the labyrinth, and he's kind of this mysterious man from Serbia or overseas somewhere who's a stonemason by trade. And I just want to scream at her that she doesn't need him. Like, I wonder what he's going to do. And, you know, she did need some help to make the labyrinth, but I see her sort of depending on him, and not in a needy way, but just he's trying to help her pursue her own ideas. But I just feel like he's going to get in the way of that. I don't know. I just kind of wish I could have stayed with her, with Erica, and she could have just done it on her own. But there's this stonemason man. I guess you can't build a labyrinth on your own. I get it, but I just feel like I just want to scream, you don't need him. You don't need him. Just, you know, you're doing good. She's very sad. And I guess, you know, she's confided in this man because, you know, he's got a secret of his own that he doesn't want to share. But I just want her to know her power. Like, I'm totally rooting for her. Totally rooting for Erica. Anyway, so I've only got a little bit to go, but we do need to get up, vacuum the floors, do all that sort of stuff. Get some washing on. We really need to get some washing on. We need uniforms and clothes for the week. So let's do all of the things now, and then we can hopefully, in a couple of hours, spend some time finishing this book off. This is going to be the quickest vlog ever. It's just the quickest book I've ever read. Like, it's super fast, and I made myself stop and slow down because I didn't want to finish it so quickly. But okay, cleaning montage. Here we go. Watch people's vlogs and they do a tidy up, and you know, like, it's always, you know, put a load of washing on and the house is a mess. And you know, I watch a lot of vlogs of wonderful women in their 20s, you know, cleaning their studios and stuff, and here I am, like, just washing is overflowing. Like, this is survival mode and I just feel so well, this is a whole new perspective of what it's like to actually clean a house with 2 boys in it. After 1 week, this is 1 week. The house was cleaned last week. Real life, people. Real life of a mum with boys. And also real life of a person who just hates cleaning. Like, just hate it. But I sacked my cleaner. I did do that. I don't know why. It was the moment where I decided that that was a good idea. I felt very disconnected from my house and the blessing of my home, which I love to do because it brings me, I don't know, brings me joy to provide that for my family. But at the same time, I hate doing it. I need to think about that more. We need to get the journal out for that. Anyway, right now I'm regretting sacking the cleaner. But anyway, we've got to get on with it. I was just kind of like doing this and I'm taping it and I'm thinking, you know, like, people have these lovely aesthetic rooms with lovely indoor plants. The footage is of them, you know, watering their beautiful plants. I don't have any, they're all dead. You know, and like, you know, placing the pieces around their room and putting up new artwork. And I'm like, I just got to get the uniforms washed so that my son doesn't look neglected at school. And like, I probably just need to like vacuum up all the mud that's been through the house so that, you know, you don't stick to the carpet when you walk through. And maybe I need to wash a couple of dishes so we can eat off something through the week. Like, survival cleaning, this is called. This is just survival cleaning. No dusting, no deep cleaning, just the bare minimum of what needs to get done. And just like that, it's the end of Sunday. I've cleaned all of the things, I've made all of the beds, I've organised all of the food. That's me for the night. I just did a I'm out speech. You know when you just want to go dancing and have cocktails, but you can't be bothered showering or getting dressed to go and do that? That's me right now. But I'm going to finish this amazing book. I'm going to do that and then we'll chat and rank the Labyrinth. I really don't know where it's going to sit. It very much depends on where it goes and how the ending unfolds. Very much. Okay. Let me read. Just an update on how my reading is going. I just Googled what the significance, like the spiritual significance of a labyrinth is, because I don't really know. I've never seen a labyrinth. I've never been in one. And you know, lots of people have different meanings, whatever, for them, but it talks about rebirth, transitioning from old you to new you, and it talks about, you know, going into the center of yourself by going into the center of the labyrinth and then coming back out into the world. So it, just fits perfectly with this tale. I can't believe I waited this long to look up the significance. I was just so engrossed in Erica's journey of creating the labyrinth that I didn't really understand the significance of it. And I'm kind of questioning whether she does as well. But she's just drawn to doing it, and it fits so well in her journey as a human, you know, to move into this new space of her life. Anyway, there you go. That's what I got from that. Just that bit left. Just had leftover lamb rogue and Josh for dinner. Nearly there. I'm nearly there. And I'm just like questioning how on earth this is going to wrap up, because I don't really know. I don't know. There's not so many loose ends to tie up other than the labyrinth being made. So I feel like there's something coming that's going to smash everything to smithereens. I don't know why I have that feeling. Feeling really tense, actually. But there's no reason for that. I don't know. Let's keep reading, see what happens. Okay. That ending has thrown me. Leave it with me. Okay, so if we think, no, I can't talk this through with you because you need to read it. But let's just say it feels very unsatisfying, but definitely something to think about. I'm going to take some time to think. I'll be back. Okay, this is what I've come up with, and I think it's really well done. I just needed to think about it, so it's not unsatisfying, but it's hard to talk about because you need to read it. But thinking about the representation of the labyrinth and the spiraling into yourself and then spiraling back out into the world is very fitting with how I experienced Erica's journey. And I think her son, like, committing this crime of being in this jail wasn't a focus for me at all. It was more about how that really made Erica go inward and move to be close to him was the first, instinct for her to do that. But that move became so much more about her going internally and finding some peace. and definitely the move back out of the spiral, and connecting with the people in her community and her family, really represented this whole labyrinth idea and her journey. Okay, yeah, like it's a lot to think about, and I think I would read it again in order to understand all of the layers, because now I have that understanding of what she was actually doing. I could apply that knowledge to the different moves through the book. It's really good. It's really well done. It's a thinker, it's well written, it's interesting, it's it's not, like I said, it's not throwing you those false little mysteries to keep you reading through. I was so invested in Erica, just so invested in her. One thing I would say is that I didn't need the narrative of Jericho. I mean, he was the stonemason that built the labyrinth, but she could have just done it on her own, and I really wanted that for her, and I think maybe she will, but I thought that was distracting and unnecessary, and I guess kind of a way of her redeeming her motherhood persona, I guess, by taking care of people outside of herself, because she couldn't take care of her son because he was in jail. But she did do that. I don't know. Like I said, I would reread this. Not now, because I got lots of books to read, but I would definitely recommend reading this book if you want to really invest in a character, especially a woman's journey. I think is interesting. Yeah, rebuilding of self, maybe. Yeah, all of the things. I will hunt down more Amanda Lohrey books. I've looked her up. She's, a really well-established Australian author that I'm only just finding out about. But the beauty of that, of my lack of knowledge, is that I have a whole backlog of great writing to discover, and I intend to do that. Yeah, found a new author to investigate. Right, I guess the only thing left to do is to pin up my little thing on my ranking board, and I really don't know what I'm going to do. Okay, let's go in. If you didn't watch the Amnesty vlog, and this is the first time you're seeing this, I'm reading through the long list and I'm going to rank them from the ones I like the most all the way down to the ones I didn't enjoy as much. So at the moment, these are my top 3. The Rain Heron by Robbie Arnott, Bring It Closer, Infinite Splendors by Sophie Laguna, and Amnesty by Aravind Adiga. And now I have this to put up. So now I've got to put this on the board and in the ranking, and I need to move things to do that because I think that it deserves to be in 3rd place. I did connect with it more than Amnesty, which was a great read, but this had more depth for me and a woman's journey. And I'm one of those, so that always helps. So let me move this down. There we go. So now, these are my top 4. Well, these are my top 3. I think it's going to be really hard to move these 2 out of here, but I think this is a well-deserving 3rd. So if you can get your hands on that book, hopefully sorry I didn't get to talk through the first half of the book with you, but it flew by so quickly. It was definitely a really enjoyable experience and journey and connection to a story, and I really didn't want it to end. I could have sat with Erica Marsden for a long time. I'm rooting for her in life as a fictional character. Anyway, I'm really grateful to have read that book and discovered that. So thank you to the Miles Franklin Award long list for that little discovery. Okay, that's it. We're done for my Sunday. Thanks for hanging out and cleaning with me and doing all of the things. And thanks for letting me chat through the Labyrinth. If you read it or have read it, let me know. and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.